Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to New England. The year is now 1673. I think. When did I actually end the last one? It was probably, I think it was around 1649, something like that. So we've spent a couple of decades, and as you can see, traffic in New England has really got out of control. The Dutch and the Spaniards had already started building up a whole lot of troops and were camped out around my towns before the end of last session, and as you can see now, they've got out of control. They built so many that my wagon trains can't get in and out of my towns anymore, and some of them have been going off up towards Guadeloupe in extreme confusion trying to get into Plymouth. I realised a little bit too late that I could, of course, have just put some troops along the road, like these guys here, and fortified them, because that would keep the roads clear to allow our wagon trains to move along them, because they can't stand where I'm standing. Anyhow, in other news, pretty much nothing has happened in our New England, except you might note a lot of these our population markers have got a different colour. Green means that the majority of people support independence, and blue means that literally everyone in those towns supports independence. So, in fact, if I bring up my old colony advisor, you'll also see that I built a fair number of new troops to keep us safe. An awful lot of artillery. I don't know how many of those I'd built by the time I ended the last video. I've got a lot of artillery. And we got a whole lot of support for Liberty, and the university that I built in Jamestown has been pumping out these Liberty warriors who are out spreading the good word. I mentioned last time that I didn't know if I could face continuing on with this, because it's 1673, and by my reckoning that gives us, I don't know, like another 100 years or so until we need to declare independence to keep in line with historical fact. But the traffic has got so bad, and the end turn procedure takes such a long time now with all these guys flip-flapping around my cities, that I figured that it might just be time to declare independence to England, and come what may, and see if we can defend our new nation against the English army, which should be, where's that shown? Under here. Yes, the English Expeditionary Force. So they do, of course, outnumber us a fair deal. But to be quite frank, I'm not sure I'm going to have the fortitude to keep on playing with all these end turn sequences and everything. Incidentally, our Congress has just spiraled out of control. They're packed in there. We've got all sorts of fellas come in. My favourite was bringing in John Paul Jones, who's a personal favourite character from history. I'm very interested in naval history, and so I have a fondness for this chap right here. And in-game, he brought along a completely free frigate, which I just couldn't say no to. We also got Francis Drake, by the way, was hanging out behind him there, and he makes our privateers a bit stronger. But I've been hitting this shipping out here with my ships, and I've been losing about as many naval battles as I was losing towards the end of the last video. So, with all that said, hang on a second. Oh shit. So, I thought I maybe wasn't recording, but I am recording. Doing it like the pros here, fellas. Anyway, what were we going to do? Right, declare independence. Because, I'm not sure what's going to happen to all of these Dutchies and Spaniards. Maybe they'll team up with us and help us fight the Europeans. Let's see what happens. Here we go, fellas. This is the exciting thing that's going to happen. Shall we declare war from England? It'll definitely make us war with the king. Liberty. Give me liberty or give me death. Let's do it. I might regret signing that. Walter Raleigh, let's see. Oh, I didn't know that was going to happen. That's one of our ships that was coming home with them. Well, there goes our merchant fleet. Not like we were going to... Ooh, a lot of things are happening. So, the ships that were currently in transit back from Europe have been seized by the Navy. That's not great. And then this looks interesting. That Congress signs Declaration of Independence. And all of these, all of the Dutch and the Spanish have just sort of disappeared from around my cities. I don't know if that's good or bad. I suppose maybe they weren't going to help us anyway. So let's see. Okie dokie, here they arrive. Yep, that's a lot of troops. And what's this message? The King's forces control all but one of the ports in New England. Well, I only have one port. If we don't retain control of at least one port, we'll be... Okay, maybe I should have built more port cities. Alright, so I guess it's defend Jamestown is the name of the game. It's also saying here that our King's armies have little experience with this kind of tactics that we need here. And if we attack them outside colonies, we get an ambush bonus equal to the terrain. So this is what the Indians were getting on us before when they were attacking us, and now we have this on their armies. Well, it looks like they've landed in some forest, so that's good. And Spain is considering joining us if we can produce 5,000 Liberty Bells. Well, that's a lot of Liberty Bells. Let's see if we get that. And the 3 veteran units have been promoted to Continental Army status. That sounds extremely good. Well, so if they're coming by sea, they're going to be attacking this city. So that means that all of these troops I've stationed out here are not going to be extraordinarily helpful in the old War of Independence. Oh, I've got little American flags that have popped up everywhere. This is extremely exciting. This is what we've been building up to all this time. We'll see if our infrastructure holds up. You'll note that a lot of our wagon trains are just sitting about doing nothing, and that's basically because they couldn't get around before with all the traffic around our cities. But now they can move again, although now there's no point for them moving really in terms of trade. But in terms of muskets and horses, we're going to need them. Alright. What have we got in here? So we've got a fair amount of artillery. We got some ships. We might be able to take out some of the Royal Navy's fleet with those. Yes. Alright, let's do this. Let's see how we hold up. Okay, so they're a little bit better at fighting than us. Oh, wow, we routed their cavalry. That's excellent news. And we became veterans. Well, that wasn't... I didn't see that going quite that well, but there we go. And here, what do we make? So, we got a bunch of horses down here, but I think I might just tell this guy to chill out for a little bit, because... Anyway, we don't know... In truth, I haven't been using my wagon train so much since we destroyed the European silver economy a while ago. I wonder if I can still show you that menu. Where was that? The economic advisor. The price of silver. They were giving us 1 gold per ton, so it was about as valuable as ore, lumbers, furs, and food. It was less valuable than their cotton. So that must have made some. Must have had some interesting ramifications on the commerce back in the financial institutions back in Europe. We flooded them with all of that cheap silver. So let's see what we're going to do. Anyway, so yeah, there's not much point of shifting stuff around now because we can't really trade. We could trade with the Indians, I guess, but I'm going to have to rely on our sort of domestic production now in this war against England. I say that, but there's still some caravans going around trading. But I don't know, now I said that I was slightly annoyed with those wagons going around, but now I feel a bit sad I might not be seeing them. So let's keep a couple going. Let's see, let's hit these guys. Oh, excellent, we got them too. You know, we might just pull this off. This was sort of, half thinking, well, I'm not sure I can face playing this game another 100 turns or another 200 turns to get to the 18th century. But early days yet, but 2 for 2, that's not too bad. Let me just have a look at their army. Yeah, you see, and this is... Oh, this is the Spanish intervention. Oh, I see, it's the actual Kingdom of Spain. So it's the European Spain will help us. Well, let's see. Let's see if we can call them in. Let's keep on hitting these guys here. Wow! They don't have shit on us. Off that guy goes. It's quite nice to see them go. But imagine how long it, when all those units were flapping around my cities on the road system, it took ages to turn. Keep those wagons going a bit. Right, let's hit this fellow. Okay, so we lost that one. Let's see about that. We lost one. It's not the end of the world. We've got this. I'm moving all the cannons up to Jamestown because now I know, of course, that they're coming for our coastal cities, of which we only have one. I don't know if that's a blessing or a curse. We'll find out. Alright, so we lost that fight too. You can't win every single fight. And that one we won. Excellent. Let's knock them out. Now let's hit these guys up there. Excellent! Look at this! They're all becoming veterans. And we have an even better terrain bonus hitting them when they're landing in this. What terrain is that in here? It's a rainforest. Oh, that's excellent. I don't see how we're doing so well. Plus 125, so we're outgunning them. And those cannon they're not going to do very well. Have we moved all of our troops? That's the question. Yes. So, we're doing pretty well here. And the artillery, it's a shame we can't hit their artillery or something. Maybe we can. Oh, we've got our Continental Cavalry in here. Why can't he... Oh, they just got promoted, so they can't move. Oops. But what about these fellows? Oh, by the way, the other thing I've been doing since you were gone is our Liberty Warriors. We had enough of them, so I started training actual warriors by putting these veteran soldiers in the university. And they've been training some of our fellows. But this guy, I'd just like to wake him up, really. Can he not move now? See, I can't actually reach him in this menu of all the people in there. It just would be sweet to be able to take out that cannon, but whatever. Oh, more people landing. And now they're all going into that swamp, and they're hitting us with the artillery. They're getting a lot of bonuses, and so are we. But they damage our artillery. Alright, that's not great. Let's see. Let's see what we can do now. So, cannons into Jamestown, obviously. Protect against these vicious monarchists. We want to live the dream out here. Fortify, get all our cannons in there. And all of our infantry should actually be, given this bonus we're getting, they should be outside Jamestown hitting them. Here we go, let's hit them here across the... Look at that! Routing them. And they... Yes! Continental Army. We might actually fucking win this. Okay, so this is where our horse production is going to come in important. Because it's going to come in handy, is what I'm trying to say. Because we've lost a few horses here. But we can... Oh, that's not the right menu. If I go to the colony advisor, he might be... That's the same menu again. Right, the economic advisor. He might just be able to show us where we have a surplus of horses. And the answer is everywhere except Plymouth, basically. So, even Jamestown, if he goes in there, this chap should be able to just get on a fresh horse. There we go, excellent. And this frigate's got some horses as extra storage. Look at how we got so many horses. Losing horses isn't going to be an issue. And now here's our frigate. Do you think we'll be able to... Should we try and take them out? Do you think we could take them out? So 16 plus 50% is 24. So if we attack, then we have even chance of winning. But if they attack us, we're completely screwed. Oh, well, I say even chance, but they they sunk us. Seems like this war is going to be won on land. Here comes some more dragoons, some more cannon. I've moved fucking everything over to Jamestown now, so if they try and do something cunning, like land down in the south and sneak up on our inland colonies, then yeah, we really are fucked. But it looks like they're going to be hitting Jamestown. So let's hope they keep that up. So this is pretty good. Oh no, we lost that one. What about this guy? There we go. Promoted to Continental Army. This is going on. Alright, second time lucky. Let's catch him with this frigate. So we just damaged him. He's come back to London for repairs. So I guess that's a result. And they routed those dragoons as well. What about these Continental Cavalry? So our Continental Cavalry is as strong as their regulars on foot, but we get huge bonuses, A, for attacking, like always in the game, but also for ambushing that terrain. So we routed them. Gosh, those regulars are some tough cookies. And they routed those fellas. I thought this might be where we lose some of that progress. Oh, but Jesus, look at all these fellas coming. Well, they damaged their own artillery here. Rebel artillery defeats the Tories. That sounds about right. And once again, and now they've damaged our artillery. Oh, so they're just running their infantry up against our walls. That's a disastrous strategy from their side. You know, I'm actually quite excited about this. Ooh, a colonist has learned the specialty of soldier. So what I've been doing is, you know, I've been taking a guy. Oh no, not the farmers. I've been taking a guy from here, like these are just regular colonists, and I've been putting them in the church because then they can be taught by those soldiers over in the university. They've been sneaking into the church to teach the amateur preachers how to shoot and ride. So there's another fellow, and now I'll send this guy in to learn, and this guy just got promoted to a veteran without actually having to risk his hide in combat. That's good news. So do they have, what have they got in this square? Can we see how many units they have? We don't know. Well, we're going to find out. Here we've got a artillery heading up. We're going to need this artillery all up there. Let's see if we can take them out. Oh shit, they got cavalry now. But we routed them and we've become veterans. Let's just keep hitting them. If we can just get to those artillery through their ranks, we'll be able to inflict some serious damage, because we could just wipe those things. Because in an open field, artillery are pretty useless. The issue is going to be getting through all their soldiers. I wonder if it might have been a cleverer tactic to fall back with those soldiers to the east of Jamestown and let them land so that they're not concentrating absolutely everything in the same spot. This guy needs fresh horses. That guy can take them out. This guy can hit them. Come on. There we go. See if we can take out this ship as well. Yes! Damaged. Maybe we can stop them from... If we can send... So he's not going to last extremely long. Maybe we could just use him to block them coming into our harbour just for one turn. We'll see if that's possible. I'm giving them fresh horses because I just don't want to risk losing them completely. I just wish we could hit them somehow with something, you know, hit their... How could that be captured at sea just like that? That doesn't seem right. Oh! Oh, Jesus! Damaged Tory artillery as well. Oh, crikey, this... Oh, dear me. Oh, dear me. Oh, that's very good. Do you know what we should do, actually? Is like, anyone who's... I mean, to be honest, basically everyone should be away from the field and fucking arming themselves with muskets now. They should be scrambling. Oh wow, it's very good that we can that the artillery in our port hits the ship if it's still there. So we're gonna need some horses here because we've got a whole lot of folks who need new horses. Where have we got some wagon trains? Yeah, I've just changed my mind about how charming it is to have little wagon trains going around. We're gonna need everyone to scramble. This guy as well, this fellow included. This guy can definitely bring some horses to the front. Can we see how the war's going if I go to here? Oh Jesus, they got a lot of troops left. We're sort of plowing through them though. Like getting there and defend. Have we got any full strength artillery left? Oh yeah, we got a handful. We just really need to take out those artillery. Right, and he's gonna go get some horses from Baltimore, why don't you? Alright, let's hit these guys properly now. Tory cavalry routed. We gotta keep hitting them. We can't relent. Because of their... So they were petty criminals, now they're indentured servants. So we're quite successful so far. This guy has got these horses. Bring them to Jamestown. Come on. Off you go. This guy can back himself full of horses. Get whatever we've got in New Providence. Not even New Providence, Old Providence. Just regular Providence. He needs new horses. These guys need a mount up. Let's get them mounted. I wonder if we're gonna make this. I wonder if we're gonna do this. Shit, we need more horses. Were there any horses in Plymouth? There was a small amount. Get up to Jamestown. And what about in Penobscot? Here we had some horses, surely. Yeah, there we go. Get them to Jamestown. So he's gonna have to wait for horses. This guy can keep hitting him. Oh, fuck, we're routed. We gotta keep hitting him. I just wish I could see how many regulars they had for us to get through. I guess it wouldn't make a huge difference. Oh shit, we're down that ship. Alright. Right. I wonder what we can do. I mean, I think we should maybe stop doing all this other stuff. Yeah, send this guy, give him a... Oops, actually, we'll give this guy a horse. Oh. Make this guy get on a horse. And he keeps there, and send him to the front. All what would you say? All non-vital colonists should just get the fuck out of there now and go and help at the front. I probably should have done this a little bit earlier, but let's see, there we go, that's 3. I can't reduce the size of these cities below 3 because they've all got stockades thanks to good old Simon Bolivar, but that's cool, that's cool. Right, you, off you go. There's even some horses there that we can send them with. So they can all rush off to wherever the muskets are at to go and help out. This old place has got a whole load of folks, but no horses, but that's okay, we'll make them colonists and they can just run up to Jamestown because we need some manpower up there. What should I send? I mean, he's not going to be doing anything. Off you go. I feel like if I send these guys, they might get promoted to become expert soldiers, whereas people who already have a profession can't be promoted to become expert soldiers. So we'll send the regular colonists. Eesh, they're doing a lot of damage to our artillery, but they're also getting damaged actually a little bit. They get a bonus for having their ship near there. That's why I tried to put my frigate in between us and them, but that didn't work out quite as I'd hoped. They're really damaging our artillery now. But we just made a new one. That's excellent. How much do they cost to buy? 5,000 gold. Okay, we're gonna be stuck with the ones we've got. Right, what do we need in Jamestown? Well, tools by the looks of things, and fucking horses. And then go to Jamestown. Get all that shit up there. This is a war that's being completely fought up in Jamestown. He can go get some fucking muskets from Plymouth, because that's the next thing we're going to run out of. This guy, horses and tools, sounds about right. And then off to Jamestown. We just got to keep hitting him because we have a huge bonus out in the open. And they've just camped up in that swamp where they're being destroyed. Oh, well no, that guy, those Continental Army fellows lost their horses. And they've gone from now, they went from criminals to indentured servants, and now they've gone all the way up to free colonists. So that's good news for those individuals. Let's have a look at our reports and see if we've got any colony that's stacking muskets. Just Plymouth. So I'll send 2 trains down there. We're going to need those over in Jamestown. Gosh, this is all very exciting, isn't it? And a jaunty tune to keep us upbeat. There we go. Right, let's keep hitting these guys. How many can they have? The answer's a lot. This guy clearly is in want of a horse. I wonder if some of these guys are still fortified just because I can't access them from... Oh, you can access them through here, of course. Man, I'm stupid. So he should be awake. I guess he's awake. I think they're all awake, actually. Look how tidy they are here. What are these things? Are those... Oh, these are big cannons. Hey, we got a fuckload of big cannons left. You know what? This is in the fucking bag, I'm going to call it. We're going to be independent before the night is out. Pow! Motherfuckers! Right, we need and muskets. They're soon going to be in Jamestown. Yeah, you're going to wait there. We've got muskets incoming. This is one of our free colonist volunteers who've left the old ore fields of Boston and are, the silver fields of Boston, and heading up to Jamestown. Silver ain't worth what it used to be. Since the market crash of the mid-17th century. Alright, you wait there. We're just waiting for muskets for these boys. This is looking good. This is what I like to see. A whole load of colonists coming to fight off the English. Fortify, needs new horses. They just keep hitting their weak-ass regulars. They ain't got shit on us. So now I'm starting to trash talk them a little bit. Hit them from the southwest! Kapow! Now we're hitting their artillery. Check this out. They have minus 75% bonus because we've destroyed all their regulars. This is what independence, this is what liberty looks like. This is what the pursuit of freedom looks like. Oh, this is what losing and damaging artillery looks like. Oh no, they destroyed their artillery. Woohoo! Damaged. Alright, you see, look at this. So, you know, I was momentarily worried there that on account of their... Oh, you see, they shouldn't park their ships up near my... got 2 of their ships with that. They shouldn't get so close to our harbour. I was a little bit worried what with the old one port situation. I must say I was a little bit worried that we were going to lose this war quite rapidly, but it just meant we could concentrate all our forces and hit them all out in the swamp here, and it's been a disaster for them. Let's get those guns to Jamestown. Those horses inbound. Let's keep hitting them. The Continental fellows are doing the best. There we go. And this guy... They can drop off those muskets. Oh no, don't drop off them. Actually, yeah. Drop them because they're not going to spoil really, because this guy is going to get promoted from whatever he is now, a scout, to a dragoon, as will this fellow. So then 100 of those muskets will go for that. I wonder, did some of those other trains have some stuff in them? I think we might have more people than we have muskets now. certainly have a whole lot more horses than we realistically could use. Well, actually, we can unload them because we've got two fellows here that need horses. So make him a dragoon, and make this chap a dragoon. This is excellent. You know, I didn't think it was going to go this well. And I thought we were doing pretty badly in this game, really, because we were surrounded by so many Dutch and Spanish soldiers. As soon as the War of Independence started, they just like, I'm out. They were just decided to chill. I wonder if we have to... I guess you win the game when we've won the War of Independence, so I guess we'll never have to fight all of those Dutchies and Spaniards. There we go, look, we're just trashing them. And they've all just concentrated on that one square they can access. That was another lucky thing about the city we built, because suppose our city had been something like Guadeloupe, they could have been landing on 4 different squares, and that would have been a lot more difficult to defend. But Jamestown only has 2 they could take, and we moved into 1 pretty early, so they've only been able to put all of their troops stacked into that 1 tile. And here's some more guys, but honestly, I don't think they've got the manpower. I don't think they've got what they need to defeat us. They got their ship too close again. And look at the strength that these things have. Basically, if you go too near a fortress with a ship, it's going to get sunk. And there's been a population increase. They're celebrating in style. Oh, this guy could become a dragoon. And I'll send this colonist who just arrived to go be a preacher, because then they can learn from these 2 veterans. Not that we're really in a shortage of capable soldiers. Let's fortify these wagon trains. They can defend it if it comes to that. We're not gonna, even though we've got the upper hand, we're not gonna just throw in our infantry. We're gonna send them back into Jamestown to pick up some fresh horses. We're going to get some fresh horses and then send them out again. So even the Continental fellows, we're not going to risk it. When we have men on horseback, we'll use them. Alright, let's see how this war's going. Continental Congress. They're down to 15 infantry, 8 cavalry and just 7 cannon. And only 4 ships. And to get the Spanish intervention we needed 5,000 Liberty Bells, and we're still on 1,234, so they're probably not going to come to our help, but it doesn't look like we're going to need them. Oops, shit, now I did what I said I was not going to do. Well, that was lucky. And here are all those people coming from the far reaches of our fledgling nation. They've come here looking for muskets and horses. Are we actually running low on those things now? Oops. Well, there's a guy with a lot of horses. Yeah, unload those horses anyway, because I see some people who need them. It's getting increasingly difficult to select the right ones. There you go. Oops. No, and then these are all... What's this thing in here? That's a wagon train with those. And there's our frigate. I think the frigate's still repairing. So that nasty knock it had. And now this guy, yeah, you can become a dragoon. Why not? So now we actually are out of muskets. And Plymouth is the one place making them still. So that means all these people coming in are just going to have to fortify. So we're starting to run low on supplies. But we're hitting them hard. There we go. We've actually wiped out what they had. Well, I reckon we should just keep doing what we're doing, because it's been working, and then wait for them to land. Because if I block that tile, they might start doing something spectacular. So we'll just keep funneling them into that swamp and hitting them hard with everything we got. A new cargo of horses is ready. Well, that's good news, because we've got a whole bunch of folks who need horses. And do we have any horses left elsewhere? Because we could need a few more horses. Nope, all our horses are in Jamestown. And all our muskets are in Plymouth, really. So there's not much to do. I'll just send this guy down to Plymouth. Just we've got a couple of wagon trains there. Otherwise, we're just going to keep at it with our cavalry. You know, if it really comes to it, we can use infantry against them. But I think it's going to be enough to just keep hitting them with our cavalry and giving fresh horses when they are routed. And we've actually got to the point where we could even be a little bit picky and just give horses to our continental experts, which I'm not sure I'm hitting them right now because there's so many people here that the resolution is making it a little bit difficult to maneuver. So this guy is now the first person who's not going to get a fresh horse, but I don't think we're going to have to worry about him. Look at this. This is excellent. And we're just raining promotions on our soldiers. There you go, you guys chill there. These are all our freshly horsed units. Yeah, we're not really scared of these guys anymore. It looked like a lot in that menu, but this is it. New tools over in Roanoke. Still haven't looked up how to say it properly. You can go out there and just chill as a colonist, wait for a gun. You can go in there. Fortify. Roanoke. Roanoke makes sense to me. Okay, let's hit them. Rout their cavalry. Yeah, this guy doesn't have a horse. And we can afford to be picky. Because we've crossed the tipping point a long time ago. We outnumber them. You can just fortify there. What I might do is send out these... Oops. Everyone in here who's like not a soldier. I might move him to the front. Oh, you can move them to the... Oh, you see, now I can see that some of them are fucking fortified. Oh, he was meant to be. Because if I keep moving them to the front like this, I can just wake up them, make sure that they're all woken up. And the fellows who are not meant to be here, or rather the fellows who are non-combatants, can take a step outside, I feel. Because they're sort of clogging up the work to make it hard to see. Now that guy's... Look at this. I should have done this a while ago. I knew we had some people back in the very back who are still fortified. And it's the Continental Cavalry, no less. Alright. So, let's put all of these fellows just out there. Oops, not him. He can go back in there. Space. A little bit, that's alright. Out of that guy. Oof, there's a whole lot of routing going on our side now. Well, that's one unit that's standing fucking strong. There we go. I'm glad that they got a promotion to become veterans for taking out those guys, because they were holding their own. Now we're destroying their artillery, which is extremely good. The reason I move them out of the city is we only get that bonus, ambush bonus, if we're not inside a city when we hit them. So these are the non-combatants who can just chill outside Jamestown, just so it's easier to see on the menu in there. Oh, there's a few more folks. Now that ship stayed a little bit too close. That's gonna hurt. So now this guy can come out here. It's a bit easier to see. Become a colonist. This guy can go in there to train, and the guy who's a veteran I'll make into a soldier instead. But really it's much of a muchness because the day is essentially won, I think. I wonder if this was their last transports. 5 infantry, 4 cavalry and 3 cannon. So there might be one more after this. Should we be cheeky and go for that one? Oh, I missed again. We haven't had much luck at sea in this game. You can just fortify there with these guys without horses. We don't really need them. This is it. Routed. That sort of stockpile of horses we had turned out to be extremely handy. Are we running low on dragoons now? Nah, we got a whole load left. But routing like there's no tomorrow. And there will be no tomorrow, they all rout. You can just go down and relax. Send this guy to the non-combatant zone. Now I might actually break with the procedure and use some of our fortified fellows just to hit their artillery. Oh, that doesn't work. Ah well. I thought we could wake them up if they were fortified, but I guess we fortified them this turn. Oh, and they're just breaking themselves on our walls now. Well, that ship's not going to survive well against our fortress. Send all the infantry into Jamestown. You know, I think we might have to stop being picky about our dragoons because we're running low actually these days on horses. Eesh, the last fellas they're sending, they're the tough guys. Save these guys for last, eh? So you could attack from this road now, but then we'd be at 2/3 strength, so we'll let them rest. But now we're going to move all of the infantry up there, I think, that I had previously sent into town. They're not going to be able to take the town on account of us having all those artillery in there. Are we really out of dragoons? I think we are. Those Tory cavalries we routed. So we had some Continental cavalry down here who were holding strong, but now they've also been unhorsed. Right. So what have we got in Jamestown now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then all of these guys at the back as well. We've got a whole load of artillery in there. And this must be the final push. Damaging their own artillery, that's excellent news. That's damaged our artillery. They're pushing with their infantry against our walls. That's not going to go well for them. Even with their ship, the bonus of having had the ship nearby, it's not going to go well against a fortress. You'll note that this is the 3rd tier defensive structure I built. And there goes another. Ooh, that was bad. So you start off with this stockade, like in Montreal and Fort Nassau and Farmville. You upgrade it to a fort, like in Guadeloupe here, and then a fortress is the last one. You need 200 tools to make them. But I figured that we would need them for precisely this sort of occurrence. Well, this is what it comes down to. A gallant infantry push is what's going to win the day. Yeah. Look at this. There's just too many of us. Well, you know, I've actually really enjoyed playing this. I hadn't played this for a few decades. A few decades, I guess that's what it is. I mean, now I can say that because it's the new year, but a couple of decades at least. Because I last remember playing this when I was very young, and I can't even remember if I ever actually won it. You know, if I just played it and tried to make sense of it. But this is going to be very satisfying to come to a conclusion here. We haven't lost a single unit this time. Well, surely that was the last of their fellows then. What can they have left? We've got one cavalry left. Well, there's going to be a small army waiting, well, a large army waiting for him when he arrives. In turn, this is the last guy now, surely. He surrendered! I clicked away the thing too soon. But I can read here, in our wisdom we've decided to let you go your own way. They have more important matters, hey? Do not seek aid in the future. Well, we do not need it. You and your weird polygonic dog. Hey! There's the Liberty Bell tolling. Hey, that's brilliant. How long can we keep watching this? I think we can bask a little bit more. Ah, okay, I've basked. Oh well, it ended. And here's our score. We had an awful lot of score. We maxed out that bar. Here are our founding fathers. Well, we got a lot of them. We got the key ones, didn't we? Old Frankie, Jefferson, Payne. We didn't get Washington, unfortunately. Independence achieved, and we had an early revolution. So, yeah, that was all jolly good. That's excellent. And what do we get? We get a college named after us. Raleigh A&M. I suppose it's better than a stinging insect or a bridge. But I suppose we could have done better. We were only playing on the middle difficulty out of 5. So I suppose playing at a harder difficulty would have bumped us up. Maybe we wouldn't have survived, or maybe the Dutch or Spanish would have attacked us then. That's us right there. The free English President of the United States of America. Oh, that's excellent. Well, that's all, folks.